Hi guys, Daniela here. This is my last IUI update for this first cycle, and I don't know if you know this yet or not, but it was a negative. I caved in on Monday and I tested. Doctor said that I had to wait until today, actually Thursday, to test, but I couldn't wait, and then Monday was a holiday. We had, a bunch of fun things planned, so I caved in and I tested and it was negative. Whatever, I was expecting it. I knew, my gut was telling me, my symptoms or lack thereof, that it was not gonna go. So I was right, it was a negative, and honestly I wasn't even that upset. It was the one negative home pregnancy test that I took that I wasn't that upset about. I just knew. So I just went on with my day, and we went to the beach and we had fun. And to be honest with you, the day was great for most of the time. And then later on that day, it was my sister's birthday. Actually, her birthday is tomorrow, but we had a little get-together Monday since it was a holiday. And we had a lot of friends over, and if you haven't seen the last video, the silver linings video, that's when you can see all that. It was super fun. But then later on that day, everybody else started coming, and everybody wanted to talk about was my best friend's pregnancy, who turns out is twins. So I kept moving from group to group, so I didn't have to be around that, so much. We all know how hard that is. But I couldn't move fast enough, and then that wasn't enough. People started asking me questions, because the bottom line is I was the first one to settle of all my friends. So technically I should have been the first one to have kids, and I didn't, and now I'm the last one. But that was by choice, and now we're trying so hard and it's not working, so those questions kind of bother now. So I kept moving from group to group and I couldn't really get away from it. So I went for a walk on the beach with my dog and Andy, just to walk away from it and clear my head. But it was too hard, so I just came back. I talked to my sister. I went home a little early. Normally we stay until at least until it's dark, but I couldn't do that at that time. So I just went home, and I had a really shitty night because of that. But I survived. I woke up feeling great on Tuesday, and on Tuesday we had our first IVF consult, and it went really good. I mean, besides the fact that I cried on the consult, it went great. The doctor thinks that right now either solution is right for us. We can go with IUI or we can go with the IVF. Personally, I can't take another month of this anymore. Both Andy and the doctor think we should try another IUI, but with the low count from last time, I'm not up to it. I feel like I'm being asked to choose between a 15% chance versus a 70% chance. So which one would you take, Obviously, I'm going to take the 70% chance. After we came home from the doctor, we talked. I got my period yesterday, so officially that's the beginning of my IVF cycle. I am so excited. I called the doctor. They gave me my prescription for my birth control pills, and tomorrow will be day 1 of birth control pills. I'm so excited. I'm excited beyond words. I don't even know what to say. I just really, really hope this works, and that we end up having 1 or 2 babies in another 10 months from now. You'll be so happy. I'll be so happy when that happens. So today's Thursday, and the IVF coordinator called me, and she's the one that gave me my prescription for the birth control pills, and she was also explaining that in a few days, more like 2 weeks, I have to come in for a trial transfer, which I had never heard of before, and another saline infusion what's that shit called? Saline infusion sonohistogram, where they put the saline solution in your uterus and they blow it up a little so they can see if there's any scars or polyps or whatever in the uterus, because all that can prevent implantation from happening. But I've done that before. So if my previous one, I've done it in January, I think. So if they consider that as current, then I don't have to do another one. But I do have to do the trial transfer, and all they're gonna do with that is they're gonna put the catheter in my uterus and push it in so they can measure millimeter by millimeter how far they can go, so they know exactly where they have to drop the embryo when we do the transfer. So I'm kind of happy about that. I think that's a great, I've never heard of that before, and I'm really glad that they're taking that extra step. So have your doctor done that for you? I've never heard that before, so please let me know. It's my first time doing IVF, so hopefully my last too. Not that I don't want to have any more kids, I just really hope that somehow this is gonna make us fertile again and we don't have to do it again. So we'll see. So for this cycle, we're gonna be taking CoQ10 3 times a day. I'm gonna be taking fish oil, no more aspirin. I'll be taking my prenatal vitamins, folic acid, all the vitamins that I normally take anyways. I think the only thing I'm really adding is the extra CoQ10, because I was only take 1 pill per day. He wants me to take 3 times a day. Other than that, it's all good. I am very happy to be doing this, finally. I feel like now it's a matter of days, weeks until I'm finally pregnant. I'm making all sorts of plans in my head, which is probably a bad idea, but I can't help it. The only question I had, and I forgot to ask, was, which, you know, Google answered for me, is can I drink? So I figured a glass of wine wouldn't be that bad, so I'm celebrating. I'm still a month away from transfer, so I don't see how that could be very bad. But if you know otherwise, please let me know. So, if you notice, I'm finally doing a vlog not from the car. It's amazing. No, yeah, for real now. It's because my parents have moved out. So I'm taking from their old room, which is our second bedroom, which will be our nursery one day. And they just found an apartment down the street, so finally they moved out, and it's just me and Andy now, finally. And you're not aware of this, but we've been together for 10 years, married for 7. And believe it or not, for I think 90% of that time, someone from one of our families has had to live with us. So we never ever had to got the chance to live alone, whether before when we were having roommates, or after when, you know, the roommates moved out and it was just us. At that point, either somebody from his family or somebody from my family had to move in, so we always had to live with other people. So finally, this is the first time that we are permanently moving alone, and no one is gonna be moving back in unless it's coming from my belly. That's the only people moving back in from now on. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope everything's okay with you. Please let me know what's up. Subscribe if you wanna be buddies, TTC buddies, and let me know how your cycle is going so we can go through this together. And that's it. Aloha. Millimeter, blah, and see millimeter by millimeter.